I have a pretty decent fire pit, but it doesn't burn as efficiently as it should. It also smokes quite a bit. I'm going to install some pipe to supply additional draft to the fireplace, and I'm also going to install a 12-volt inline blower. That's up next. Okay, so you see here I purchased an inexpensive tote, and in that I attached to the bottom of the tote a piece of wood, secured that on the bottom side, and then attached my blower to the top. Then I went ahead and cut 2 oversized 4-inch holes so that through there I can insert the dryer vent hose that I purchased, and I can attach it to the inlet and the outlet side of the blower. With that done, I went ahead and dug a hole near the fire pit so that I can insert the tote underground. Then also, after I dig this hole, I'm going to go ahead and tunnel towards the fire pit up to where you see the edge of the landscaping there. This soil is pretty sandy, so it's fairly easy to dig. I just need to be concerned about getting it deep enough so that I can dig at least 12 inches under the current fire rim that you see there, that I'm clearing the ashes from. That is an old truck rim. I needed to pry that out of place and then dig down, like I said, 12 inches. That would give me enough space to accommodate my 4-inch vented rain cap and the elbow that goes on the bottom. So I need to punch a hole through under the landscaping to the other side. I pound this in, and the dirt that fills that pipe, I just shake that out and continue to keep pounding and removing dirt until I get tunneled all the way through to the other side. Here you see it's getting a little easier to punch through, and I made it through to the other side. So now I have a nice 4-inch tunnel into which I can insert my galvanized pipe. So I assembled my rain cap, my 4-inch elbow, and my 2-foot pipe, as you see there, and put it through the hole, and then I attached the galvanized dryer vent hose to that 2-foot piece of pipe. That will allow me to extend that dryer hose up through. At this point, then I backfilled around the rain cap with some brick to kind of hold it in place, and then I backfilled that whole area with a lot of pea gravel. This pea gravel will help keep some of the ash out, and to further protect my rain cap, I put a large paver stone on top of that and leveled it in place. Once that was in place, I could reinsert my tire rim on top of that, and then once that's in place, I'm also going to backfill that tire rim with pea gravel. Again, the pea gravel in theory will help keep the ash from migrating down inside and around my rain cap, and with the small vents in that rain cap, I think there's little chance that anything will get clogged up in there, but yet it should allow free flow of air from the bilge blower into the fire pit. So with that done, I can concentrate on this other side. I put my tote in place and attached both ends of the dryer vent so that what you see at the bottom of your screen is the inlet side, and on top of that you can see I have a 4-inch vent cap that I'm going to attach to that. So what I'm doing now is I'm laying in pavers, and as you can see at the bottom of your screen, what I'm doing is I'm laying pavers on the side, and then I cap it with a paver on top. That will protect the dryer vent hose from collapsing from the weight of fill material that I'm going to put in on top of it. So there you see everything capped up and in place, and now it's just a matter of backfilling that whole area first with pea gravel, which I'm pouring in at this point. And then once I get that filled adequately with pea gravel, then I'm going to backfill the areas with soil. And once I get the soil backfilled in there, I can cap it, or I can put the sod back in place, kind of tidy it up. So here you see me shoveling back in a lot of the soil, and I'll get that up to an adequate height, and I'm just tamping that in real good, packing it in, and then I can cap everything back up with the sod. So the idea is to leave that tote accessible so that if I have any problems with that bilge blower, I can access it to be able to service it or replace it if needed. And so I've got my inlet vent cap on there, tapping all the soil in place, and then I'm going to put the stone in place, and this is kind of what it's going to look like once I get everything tidied up. So with everything looking pretty good, I think at this point what I will do is pull up that stone and uncap the tote so that I can then access the wires. And my plan is to pull my lawnmower over here, and I can hook those wires up to the lawnmower battery, and that will enable us to be able to test this thing to see how it performs. So now it's just a matter of building a good fire, getting it going well, and having it burn unassisted by the blower, and then I'm going to turn the blower on and to see how well it performs. So with that in mind, let's get it lit up here and see how it performs. Okay, it's time for the moment of truth. I've gone ahead and taken a couple of leads and attached them to my lawnmower battery. Eventually, my plan was I have a battery in my daughter's old playhouse. I use that to produce some green energy with my wind generator, and I will eventually attach wires. That's the plan over there. But in the meantime, for testing purposes, I've attached wires up to the battery on my Deere, and as you can see, this thing's producing quite a bit of smoke. So we're going to head and hook up those leads and see if it helps. Okay, the blower is now working. I'm going to zoom in on this. Now it's not smoking as much, and the flames are being stoked. I got to admit, it's not putting as much air through as I thought it would, but it is helping stoke the fire. So that's a positive thing. It's, as you can see, it's not smoking like it was before, and the flames are stoked. So it appears to be working. I'm going to go ahead and unattach the leads, and we'll see the difference. So we got a pretty good flame. I can feel the heat clear over here on me. Let me take off the lead and see what happens here. Okay, the lead is off now. And you can see slowly the flames are dying down here bit by bit, and you got that smoke again. So the fire is not nearly as vigorous as it was, and again it's smoking quite a bit. So I would call this, I guess, a limited success. It was a lot of work, a lot of effort to get it to do what it's doing. The flames are down quite a bit now, smoking quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and reattach the leads, and we can see the difference again. Here we go, attaching the lead. Okay, the lead is attached. We got quite a bit of smoke and very little flame right now. But as you can see, as before, it's starting to stoke up again. A lot more flames. So I would say some limited success in helping the fire being more productive. At least it doesn't smoke as much, and we got a pretty decent flame. So I'm going to cap this back up until I get time to run the leads over to the battery in my green energy station. So I'll go ahead and leave some links in the description below of some of the pieces and parts that went into making this turbocharged fire pit. And hopefully this gave you some ideas on how to make your fire pit more efficient